we are en route to the Children's Hospital. Yesterday we had a day planned. We call it Happy Not Back to School Day, where we went to Adventure Island, which is a water park here in Tampa, where we have annual memberships that we got for the kids' birthdays. And Solomon ended up with a busted nose that we could not get to stop bleeding for very long. So we ended up going into our pediatrician's office, and our pediatrician basically said ice it. By the time the pediatrician actually called us back, it had stopped, which is just what kids do. Kids are like cars. As soon as you take your car into the shop, it no longer makes the funny noise. So same thing happens with kids. You take them to the pediatrician and they're no longer acting sick or, you know, whatever. So we, while we were there, he went over some blood work that we had done earlier this week, and we did fasting blood work on Monday for all the kids, and Solomon came back with with very low white blood cells. So
in a quarter mile, use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto Northdale Mabry Highway.
Yeah, thanks. So it not like incredibly low, but low enough to cause concern. So we his only advice for the nose was that we needed to see an ENT because he couldn't visualize the hematoma. I'm not really sure why it's so important to visualize the hematoma, because a hematoma is a bruise, right? But he said we needed to see an ENT. And so I kind of laughed at him and said, okay, so what do you suggest we do? Because if we call tomorrow, they're not going to have any appointments same day for a new patient, like at a specialist office. Like, you do realize how different that is. And he said, if they can't get you in, go to the ER. So I have waited all day, and then he didn't act super worried about the white count, but knowing that I have a blood disorder, I know just a little bit about this wonderful thing that comes through our body called blood. And I know that white count, like, it's not supposed to be low, you know, but there's like a normal range. I happen to have high white counts because my blood produces more white blood cells to fight. I have like an overactive immune system because of my blood disorder, and I have no spleen or tonsils. But having a low blood count, white blood count, is actually why, is what happens.
Use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto Northdale Mabry Highway.
It's actually what happens when you go through chemotherapy. Is they basically kill off your immune system.
Continue on Northdale Mabry Highway for 6 miles.
In the process of killing the cancer. So I'm slightly freaked out that I'm about to take a neutropenic child into an emergency room, which is typically a cesspool of germs. But I am in the process of trying to meet Brandon there because the emergency room is about halfway between us. And he's going to take the other kids home, and he's going to move one car seat into his van. We're going to trade keys and all that. I'm going to sit in the emergency room with Solomon, and we shall see. But it is disgusting. I mean, it's nasty. So I have packed pajamas for myself and some toiletries and things because I have this horrible feeling that we are going to be admitted. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but if I'm not, then at least I'll be somewhat comfortable. So I will check in once we know something more. Boy, say hi, Solly.
Hi. Hi.
Who's that? Who's this?
My monkey.
Your monkey? And who else do you have?
having Hulk.
Captain America.
It's a sword.
Yeah, with a shield.
Yeah. Watch how fun it is. Watch this. So when it turns, it automatically says, woo!
Whoa, Solomon!
Whoa. Did you feel that? You gotta hold on to your friend. You're right. You want to lose.
Hold on to Monkey Baby.
That was fun. You ever try going around the corner? You ever seen it going around the corner like that? Watch this. Oh, we got that way. Man, you magic. How is that? How do you make it go up like that? Try it one more time. You ready? Whoa.
Woo-wee!
Yeah, that's a big one.
Are you popping a wheelie in a wheelchair? The ER doc is not very happy with our doctor. I knew this was going to happen. So, but right now, Solomon is having his face x-rayed because if he broke his nose, he would need to see an ENT. If he did not break his nose, he does not need to see an ENT. So, looks like we'll be looking for a new pediatrician when this is all said and done. Long story short, Solomon's nose is not broken. He did not need to see an ENT. Our doctor couldn't visualize a hematoma because there was none. We wasted at least 3 hours of our time in a copay, and I am not a happy mom. I thought it was complete BS, but I didn't want to get in trouble with my pediatrician for not following medical advice or whatever. So instead, I wasted away 3+ hours of my Friday, and I feel like I have a fibro flare starting up. I'm not feeling well. I'm PMSing. I have a nice zit right here, and it's just been one of those weeks. And I told myself if I could just get through today, I would be on home free. But tomorrow I have Latin boot camp, and then Sunday we have church. Monday I have Monday I have blood work. Tuesday Solomon has a 2-hour appointment. Wednesday we have classical conversations. Thursday Solomon has a 2-hour appointment, an hour away. So that's like a whole day lost there. And I am incredibly burned out. I am frustrated, and I feel like I'm on my own team and people aren't pulling their weight. That's just the truth. So, welcome to my world where not everything is all happy rainbows and sunshine, but I love my kids, and so that's why I do things like sit in an emergency room and look like an idiot for 3 hours while the medical staff is like rolling their eyes because of what your pediatrician told them.